people. And I think that was the buzzer. We got game number 1 coming up.
Let's go. Here it is, Sonder back at it again with NYC Lords. Can they come up from semis and take the dub?
Or is New York City Lords going to stop them in their tracks? Let's wait and see here. And guys, remember, this is the best 4 of 7. So it's the first team to get the 4 points to be able to take home this entire tournament and be your Big Dapple 2 champions. Let's find out who's it going to be.
Have you taken notice that there are no sloshing machines but 2 tri-sloshers?
Yeah, this is what meta have we entered right now? Because again, this patch has been a big deal from 2 days ago. Shook up the meta quite a bit.
It'll be fun to see what happens in a month from now. By the time we get to LTC, for example, what will people be playing? I hope it's still there like this. This is so fun.
And you're gonna notice that crab is still in the game. It's still useful. It's just you don't necessarily need those double or triple crabs as much anymore. It's still a very useful tool. It just can get very overwhelmed sometimes. You force that crab to roll, then you're at an advantage. Now look at this hammer going, and they're just trying to be used as a paint. Imagine if someone was just.
I wanted it. I wanted to see it.
I would not want to be the Inkling on the receiving face of that.
I've been the receiving on the Inkling face of that before.
Yeah.
That was amazing English, by the way.
Honestly, it's like it's like a jump scare, you know? A mallet coming at you.
They really got to work towards that zone. I'm just noticing they're already down to 20.
New York City Lords is doing a fantastic job of just shutting out Sonder from being able to approach.
Fantastic timing of this crab to say, no, please, this is our zone.
Bro, look at all the yellow ink on the board, and that's going to be game 1. New York City Lords doing a dominant knockout against Sonder.
Sometimes the paint tells a story, and you can see it here.
The story is that they painted, and they painted good. So much yellow paint out there. The Sonder could not find an opening to be able to get any sort of way into the middle. The second New York City Lords captured those 2 splat zones at the very beginning, they held on to it till the victory.
Now, however, the thing about this is we're all in counter picks now. So now Sonder coming off of that loss is going to be like, what can we do? Where can we go where we could do that to New York City Lords? What is our favorite map mode?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's very normal for people to start off on splat zones, right, as their mode. But when you get into the counter pick territory, like you said, it becomes a favorite thing. Do you take them back to splat zones? That seems to be a favorite of a lot of teams.
I take them to clamblets.
You take them to clamblets. Is there any reason, do you prefer clamblets?
I just really enjoy clamblets. I feel like it rewards really good team composition, team play.
That's why solo queue people hate it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a fun mode when you have 4 people communicating correctly and being able to jump to people, be able to throw clams to each other, be able to build the power clam. It's a very exciting match that doesn't really have one central objective anywhere. It looks like we got our map chosen. It's going to be Mahi Resort.
Sticking to zones.
Yep. I mean, hey, this is
understandable.
It's like the try and true. No one really dislikes zones. It's like there's literally a tournament online from Japan that's named after it, Area Cup. That's just splat zones. There's a reason for that. People like the game mode.
And people love to use the information from Area Cup to kind of see what people want to use in the game right now.
That's exactly right. But hey, if they end up losing this next game as well, they still have at least 2 more maps on the stage.
It's a best of 7, right?
Yes, so they can be able to try to counterpick something else right afterwards. So if they want to try to go for like a clam blitz or rainmaker or tower control, they have the absolute ability to do it. Turf war is off the table though.
I mean, maybe we could just ask really, really, really nicely.
Listen, if you want to do turf war, we got those Nintendo tournaments. They're there. They're fun for people to enter. Not here at the Big Dapple. No turf war allowed.
You know what? Mahi Resort could be close enough to a turf war. It's pretty much
it's so small.
Height-wise, it's like the opposite of flounder height at least. We're going down instead of going up.
Going
down instead of going up. And we'll see if Sonder can take advantage of that.
Yeah, they're going to have to find their way up here on this map because this is going to be the way. I think this game is the do or die game. Because if they end up getting 100-0 knocked out again on this map, I feel like they're out of options. This is their time to prove that, hey, that first game was a fluke. Let's see what they bring to the table. Immediately.
And Shy immediately getting a snipe, I think we saw there.
Oh my gosh, everyone's dying. There's 2v1. And no one captured it until now. Now New York City Lords managed to take that map.
They were hungry. They wanted to scrap.
We
just talked about this.
I know. No one's an objective-based player anymore, man. They just want to go up there and scrap. And I understand it. I love watching it too. But now New York City Lords holding down this defense. Look at them pushing them back. It's to one splat
against Very good trade, I feel like, there by Seth. Otherwise, they could have went a 4v3 right away.
You just notice that Shy is kind of hiding. They're trying to get that little poke. But the second he went out there, he got shot himself. And now it's going to give plenty of room for New York City Lords.
Now,
to be able
3
to
of them
push
sitting
it.
in the mist right now. Very dangerous. But they have faith that they can keep getting those hits.
They are like borderline spawn camping them at this point now. Look at this. New York City Lords almost in their base. Set is so far deep in there going in with the dualies. Unfortunately, they got a little bit too overzealous. Arashi is forced to retreat. Comes back
Bringing
down.
out the hammer and getting
gets a
one.
splat, throws another one. Forces them to be able to push away. And they finally be able to take away
There
that map.
is the zone. We love to see it. Shy now watching that zone. They're going to be painting it up probably, seeing if they can catch that one player left. And a wonderful shot by Shy there, controlling the zone and bringing it right back. We're going to see the members of NYC Lords starting to come on in now, but can they hold this zone down? The E-Leader is now in a fantastic position to continue this push.
Yeah, this is going to be so difficult for New York City Lords to try to get around this. The
What a
only thing they
wonderful
can do
shot.
is try to go around, right? But you notice he got any sort of threatening from the opposing team. You notice that Shy is going to go to the back line and try to snipe from as big a distance as possible.
Now, could we see a hammer snipe right back at the snipe? Just noticing Arashi with that hammer ready.
It could happen. There's a lot of players that just like to use the mallet, but there it is. Unfortunately, a lot of players like to use the mallet and then throw it immediately to be like a surprise attack. But
Like
now,
a big old burst bomb almost.
exactly. But now, ever since the changes to mallets in the past, it's a little bit more usable just beyond that, which we saw from Arashi.
Now they're about 75% of the way now to stealing that zone back from NYC Lords and taking that lead. Oh, and the Booyah Bomb coming out, maybe able to cap. Oh, the hammer coming out, and that's going to be the cap thanks to the wave breaker there.
Oh my gosh.
Reef
And
slider, haha.
the buff on that reef slider is so good. I heard that you can capture an entire zone by itself with it.
Yes,
now.
there are some of them. Like, for example, I know that Waku World you can take without any special power-up investment at all. Some maps you need a couple of subs to be able to do it, and I'm sure the people will wear more than enough to make sure they could get it. I wonder how much you need for Mahi.
So, I mean, it was a little bit more than that. And now we're going to notice that New York City Lords coming back in here, holding on to the map as the penalty points are getting ticked down little by little. We got 2 specials here on the map for Sonder to be able to try to do whatever they want. Here comes the Zipcaster. Let's see if we can be able to try to get anything out of here. This is the time to make it shine. In the back line, managed to take out Power. That's a huge pick for Saunders. He'll get down there. There's another one
What
on
a
Arashi.
great set of swipes!
That's going to be fantastic for Sonder, but now they just have to get that zone. And they're going to notice that Booyah Bomb throwing it so far in the back line is actually going to force them to push them back, and they weren't able to get zone off of those 2 splats.
So dangerous using the Booyah Bomb in zone. I've had times where I'll Booyah Bomb in zone, and then by the time I'm on the ground, it's completely enemy team's color again.
Yeah, it's just not worth it. That was such a good Booyah Bomb from them instead, trying to force them to like scatter, not be in a safe position. And now look at this push from NYC Lords. They're getting
Back at
in
it again
there.
in their spawn, just like earlier. Now, of course, they could end up getting wiped again, almost like last time, and allow for Sonder to work their way in. Well, to see what happens, the clock almost back to giving them points, and that's the 29 and 28.
Yep, New York City Lords are at the huge advantage now. Sonder's back against the wall. They just can't find their way towards the center part of the map. They're stuck
Here
in
comes
so
the
much
strikes.
yellow ink. 10 points on the board. There it is. Lost control. There's another special coming out.
Hitzel and Shy.
The hammer's so good to be able to control that zone, and that's going to be New York City Lords taking away that second game after yet another wipeout at the very end. But I think the thing that's very important to notice is it wasn't a 100 KO this time.
No, that was great gameplay from both teams. Even if NYC Lords did take that game, you cannot take away how hard Sonder worked to be able to get those nearly 70 points of their own along the way. That knockout does not show you what happened.
No. And the thing at the very end of the day is that Sonder found themselves with that big opening. When we saw that Zipcaster come in, they got a splat against Power and Arashi, taking out 2 of their heavy hitters, including one of the backlines. So that was like the most opportune time to get in there and push. But unfortunately, we had a Booyah Bomb coming out, and that forced them to back off a little bit instead of getting a little bit too overzealous. They probably had Soda in play, which allowed them to respawn in even quicker to get back into the fray. And now we're starting to see that the Soda meta that people
absolutely.
theorized from the very beginning that thought was going to be the most broken special.
People wanted it so bad right at the start of the game. I remember at the start, people were saying, Soda good, Crab, Wave Breaker,
Literally, like at the very beginning, it was like Soda, and then in the very middle, people were like Obama, and now we're back in Soda territory.
I'm
That's
okay
exactly
with it.
where
I'll
we're
have
at.
the Undertale music playing in the background as I grab that soda. It's time for Tri-Slosher Nouveau.
Oh, is that what we're going to? Is that the meta we're
Please.
starting to walk towards?
Please! I mean, we've seen so many Tri-Sloshers tonight already.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
we'll
mean-
keep seeing them. I mean, listen, I'm a machine player through and through, but I
Yeah.
don't mind having more bucket options that I can enjoy.
Just buckets in general is all you want to be able to see. It takes me back to a time with Splatoon 1, Splatoon 2, you know, when Tri-Slosher was like all the rage.
Do you remember that first week of Splatoon 2?
Oh, do I ever? I was one of those Tri-Sloshers. I was part of the problem. As we're going to jump into map number 3 here, the museum.
Oh, just more zones.
More
They really
zones.
want it.
I mean, if you give top teams the ability to pick what game modes they're going to go to,
True.
they're probably going to go for splash zones. Not 100% of the time. Obviously, we'll see a lot of other teams pick, you know, different types all over the place, especially in the online tournaments. But here today, I think that people just want to scrap. And what better place to scrap than on splat zone?
Especially right on that zone even.
Yeah.
Now, seeing as we're on Museum de Alfonsino zones, we might see Shy's E-Leader come out again. And that E-Leader was playing fantastically during their last game.
It was, you know, and we saw the E-Leader coming out. We also saw a little bit of mini zapping action a little bit earlier on, so maybe we get some more of that from Hitzel.
There it is.
Hitzel's bringing it right back out to the table, a fan favorite out here. What's cool about the mini Splatling is it gives you so much mobility compared to the other Splatlings that are considered heavy weapons, right, where you can't move as much. Mini allows way more mobility. And actually, you'll notice that Hitzel likes to get in the front line sometimes. Look at Seth, by the way. So
my
far in there.
goodness.
Takes a trade in the process, but now Sonder being able to go down two players on their side as well.
Virgin Zero also getting a very important set of trades over there, letting NYC Lords get that strong start. I did take notice also, Hitzel does have Ninja Squid on the mini. Something I wouldn't think about, but when you want to be aggressive like that, I can understand why you do it.
Frontline mini Splatling coming into play.
The Crab also saying, hey, I want to be up here. Please let me be up here.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, this is like one of those tough situations to be in. And we've all been here, dude. On Museum.
Wonderful shot.
Yes, being able to get in there, gets the zip caster too, going back into the back line, being able to zip, zap, zoom all through, but unfortunately there was someone behind him. Hitzel going down as well. Got with those dualies coming out. Seth with the big splat action coming out. As we're seeing New York City Lords taking it all the way down to 30 points remaining.
See Scrub running on in here. Are they going to go for zone? I think they're going to go for Seth first. Can they get the kill on Seth? Unfortunate. So close.
Sonder desperate to try to take back the zone, but New York City Lord's going to be able to deny them any sort of action. Only 15 points remaining.
Look at how far that wave breaker reaches.
It is going so far. Look at Scrub trying to go super deep. Unfortunately, going to die in the process. Virgin goes down as well. That's going to be another 100-0 knockout coming up from New York City Lords.
A couple of great tries to try and save that zone, and even though they didn't get it, you know they wanted it real bad.
3-0 so far. It is 3-0 with one more game.
However, you know what I like to see?
What do you
I
like
like
to
to see the reverse sweep.
You want
I
to see a reverse sweep?
believe until the end.
Do you think the reverse sweep is possible?
I think the reverse sweep belongs on picking a different mode.
I think the reverse sweep, okay, this might sound biased.
Uh-huh.
I don't think it's possible. But, you know, okay, so listen, let's assess the facts. Sonder,
Yeah, I understand.
Saunders has to win 4 games in a row,
If they can win one right now, though, their mood is going to go through the roof.
but they lose counter pick advantage. And
True.
so even if they pick some crazy modes, say they pick Clamplets or Rainmaker,
They gave us what we wanted.
okay, Mako Mart, I feel you. Yep. So they did it. They picked a different mode. So with this, say they win, right? Say they get the dub on this. They're probably going to get counterpicked back to zones.
Absolutely.
So because they're down 3-0, they've lost all sorts of counterpick advantage if they win this next game. This is their opportunity to put a point on the board, put a dent in the armor of the Lords of NYC.
They don't want to just give them that title for free.
Oh, they got to work for it a little bit. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Tower control here on Mako Mart. Let's see what's going to be able to change. This could be really useful for weapons like the E-Leader, like the Mini Splatling, right? Being able to just like have those big, wide open areas to be able to like just shut down people when they're trying to get past those checkpoints.
I want to see Birch with that Tri-Slosher put that cooler right on the tower to keep their team safe.
Yeah, and they're not seeing too many bubbles either. The bubble seems to be a really strong special as well on tower control. But look at this. New York City Lords already taken down 2, arriving at the first checkpoint. Power just kind of chilling back here. This is like Power's home,
Got
right?
the strikes too. Got the hammer hanging out in the corner. Oh, you know that Arashi wanted to do more than that. And I'm expecting to see more hammer gameplay later as well.
Sonder coming back in. Look out for that Booyah Bomb. Going to force them out of position. Forces them to scatter and separates. So that tower's going to start to head back towards the center. So what's good here is that New York City Lords only took down that first checkpoint, but they're continuing to make that push. Unfortunately, Zero's going to go down from that firefight. Has Sonder ready to
Wonderful
rock
positioning
here.
by the Tri-Slosher. They're stopping the Reef Slider just in time. being so brave to go almost into the strike to try and get that shot. If they could take the charger out of here, that'd be great for them. And there goes Power.
That's a big play. They're going forward. They got a little bit too, like, in their faces there at the very end. You saw how deep they went into the enemy territory.
People love to scrap.
I mean, the thing is you have to make that push. Look at that right there. The hammer coming in, getting that double splat, forcing Sonder back against the wall yet again. And no one's getting in that tower. One person on there is probably going to be Power. Got Booyah Bomb as well coming out in the flush. Here comes a reflux. Seth getting a splat on that, trying to go for a second one. Hitzel's forced to go backwards. Seth going down in the process. But while all that action is happening, the tower keeps
and there's
getting
more
closer.
strikes coming out. Now, they really don't want to let that checkpoint go by, though. They really want to stop them from getting to that checkpoint.
Yeah, that second checkpoint's the brutal one. That's the one that's really hard to break. So if New York City Lords ends up breaking that, it's like, it's pretty much a wrap at that point. So it's up to Sonder to try to prevent them from being able to open up that second checkpoint.
And there's that soda we were talking about. Seeing hits take it, but then immediately falling to the charger. Amazing shots from Power.
And it may be a wipeout, but not for long because of that soda. Players coming back into the play, coming back in here.
Great placement of that Booyah Bomb, completely preventing people from stopping the tower at all. And that's the second checkpoint that we were talking about there.
New York City Lords 20 points away from being able to knock this out. Specials going all over the place. Now they're arriving at the third and final checkpoint. Hitzel trying to find Power. Power dancing around that tower. Breaks the third checkpoint.
Oh my goodness. Is that going to be it?
Oh, it is.
And that is it.
Well, New York City Lords, give it up, everybody.
Truly the Lords of NYC. What a wonderful set of games to watch, regardless.
Semifinals, 3-0. Finals, 4-0. New York City Lords are your New York City Lords, bro. They are your champions here at the Big Dapple 2, bringing it up to be able to get that victory, get that dub, and showing the East Coast who's boss. Shout out to them.
Absolutely. You know, if there is that Big Dapple 3, people got to come on by to try and take that title away from them, right?
I'm saying, bro, they're coming out here too strong. I want to see some outdoor competition, bro. I want to see some people fly out to this, you know?